It's the 10th year anniversary of FNB Varsity Shield, and we're here for round one. The defending champions, the Cape Peninsula University of Technology, CPUT, hosting Walter Sisulu on a warm Friday evening here in the Western Cape, but a very strong wind blowing. And it is blowing straight downfield, not across at all. So a significant advantage to be gained for the side with the wind at their backs, as CPUT look to extend a 7-match winning streak. They lost a game in round one of this competition against the Madibas, the Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University, in round one of the Shield in 2019, and then beat the Madibas away from home to win the Shield last year. Siposihle Magawu captains Walter Sisulu's University's team, and Lunati Nklele in the midfield for CPUT will lead his side out as they prepare for their defense. They won the Shield with victory over NMMU by 38 points to 32 in Port Elizabeth at the end of last season, and under head coach Alistair Thays, they are looking to continue with that form. The pink shorts being worn by both captains in round one, and that's raising awareness alongside the Itemba Foundation around the destigmatizing of mental health issues, the treatment of mental health issues. And Varsity Cup and Varsity Shield Rugby continue to do such a wonderful job in raising awareness in this way. Lunati Nklele, the captain of CPUT. And they will line up for the Varsity Shield tradition, the reading of the Credo, followed by the singing of the national anthem. The CPUT choir is there to help with the singing of the anthem, but first it will be the reading of the Credo.
The Varsity Shield is an original South African product. Its management and Varsity band are proud to be South African, loyal to the national flag, encouraged by our beautiful anthem, and committed to our bright future of this, our wonderful country. Let us now stand and join together in singing the African national anthem.
Yetu
Well, a wonderful rendition of the national anthem. The referee is Mpo Matsaong. Ashley Jacobs and Lloyd Hugland are the assistants. Joey Claster-Salmons, who's been a very busy man of late, is the TMO. He's been officiating in Super Rugby and now sits alongside our commentary position as the TMO in this Varsity Shield opener. 3 matches in the FNB Varsity Shield being played this evening. And joining me is former Springbok hooker Hanyani Shimangi. Shimi, I know you were enormously impressed by CPUT in their winning of the Varsity Shield. After losing in the first round of the competition last year, they remained unbeaten for the rest of the season.
Slow start for them last year, Matthew, but a strong identity in the way they play. Pull to thrill, running rugby, you know, offload. Chaotic but difficult to defend against, and that's chances are that's what we're going to see today. But really, plenty of tries to be seen here, and a strong rivalry between these two teams.
Well, our loyal Varsity Cup and Varsity Shield sponsor Steers is the match ball delivery, and perhaps just swinging by the commentary box with something from our co-commentator.
It is a Friday after all.
The ball safely delivered by our Steers delivery man, and the referee with ball in hand. And now the home side, CPUT, will prepare to face the challenge issued by Walter Sisulu University. Well, Sipu Magawu, the Walter Sisulu captain, leading their challenge with great vigor. Some of the home side burying their heads in their jerseys, not even willing to have a look at it. They certainly weren't going to show it a great deal of respect. And it is Walter Sisulu University. Wandile Mafuko, who is going to have ball in hand. He's kicking off. They're playing with the strong wind at their backs in the first half. The last time these sides met was in the semi-final last year. CPUT victorious then by 40 points to 8. And an early little mistake. It looked as though Itumuleng Mononyane had secured the ball, but it was a little knock in there first from CPUT and straight into the first scrum of the game.
The CPUT locks are too flat for this one. With a wind behind the kicker, they should actually stand a bit deeper. That's why you saw the receiver, it was either Bradley van Boven or Carlo van Krenen actually having to go back to get that ball, hence the knock on. With the wind coming to your face, stand a bit deeper because that ball is going to travel. First opportunity for Walter Sisulu University. Both teams with an extended warm-up out there for a while.
Sit.
Anati Shenkane, sports management student in his third year at Walter Sisulu with the scrum feed. And a pass across the face of his fly half, picked up by Niembe in the midfield. It's strong defense from CPUT, driving him back in the tackle. Ball a little slow to emerge for Shenkane, and now the interception made. Johannes Brewer with the interception. George Lee Erasmus. And first opportunity with ball in hand now for CPUT, immediately showing their intentions by going wide. Their coach promised that notwithstanding the very windy conditions, they would stick to their plan. They love to give the ball lots of air. Nklele. And then Williams driven hard into touch.
It's a promising organized attack from CPUT. The forwards getting the pass away. Not enough space for Keenan Williams. And hidden to touch. But CPUT with the wind, playing into the wind, they've got no option but to have a run.
Tukozani Ngudwana. Walter Sisulu hooker. A beautiful contest from Muller van der Westhuizen. Wins the ball, even though losing a few meters for CPUT. Snyders takes it up. A huge tackle now on van der Westhuizen. Hand out for advantage from referee Matsong. Plenty of passes and phases, and then advantage had just been called over. They certainly hadn't gained any territorial advantage before the knock was made by Johannes Brewer.
Some big hits coming in also from Walter Sisulu University. That's the advantage played against Mokanyama for the knock-on. Or Ayabongan Tava, who knocked that ball down. But CPT just struggling to break out, and Walter Sisulu will want to use this win to their advantage. With the win behind your back, you got to rack up points.
Bang! Sit!
Shinkane with the feed.
Use it!
Well, the scrum eventually going through the 90. There was the call of use it from the referee, but then wheeled very quickly. Be a reset.
There's some dominance from Polani Jacobs on the Walter Sisulu Lucid side, going a little bit forward, but again, you know, you got a scrum on your shoulder, you can't wheel it around, and that's what's happening. So referee for Matsoong just resetting it again.
Two really big men in the second row for CPUT. Carlo van Grienen, who stands just under 2 meters tall, and then Bradley van Boven
Left of the mark,
with the mop of hair. Yeah. 112 kilos and just on 1.9 meters tall. Both those men in the second row, sports management students here at CPUT.
Coach! Bang! Sit!
Scrum from Walter Sisulu.
Yeah, they repelled the initial hit extremely well. Now they pick up at the back. Miklali Morsi to the short side. Minus the scrum half at the moment. Bushwa does the job. Beautiful offloading contact from Ntaba, but the ball was lost forward after he made his pass. And onto the counter. Goes CPUT through Moise Damon.
Advantage over.
Advantage over for the knock, and as you pointed out, Shimi, it's really difficult for CPUT playing into the teeth of this wind to do anything other than try and run from deep.
14.
Well, that's the general approach, and it's not going to change with the wind behind the back. CPT not going to kick for the corners, but a knock-on during the tackle fight. But plenty of promise shown on attack. You got to look at the scrum of George Lee Erasmus. Scored the winning try last year in the last minute against the Madivas. But CPT just looked the more dangerous with ball in hand as they're starting to build or trying to march themselves up that field.
Wanga Shumi, the man penalized for playing the ball on the ground, never released the tackled player. Clean line-out win for Carlo van Grienen for CPUT. Lunati Clele
Backwards. Backwards.
lost the ball in contact, but backwards, play on, says referee Matsoung. Will show the ball from Snyders. Some good counter-rucking technique from Walter Sisulu, but kept at bay. And Shumi making amends for his penalty, putting some good pressure onto George Lee Erasmus there, not allowing him to clear.
It was good defensive work from Walter Sisulu University. This is Wanga Shumi driving his opposite man back.
Plenty of moving parts in that line-out, but the disadvantage of throwing to the back clearly demonstrated there. The ball travelling all the way over to CPUT's side. And picked up in the tackle, but put down safely. To the boot goes Snyders. Itankula, fullback for Walter Sisulu. And CPUT off their feet. The ruck made the tackle. They were making an attempt over the ball, but went too far past it, sealing off.
And Kula in a little bit of trouble portraying the leg drive. I thought it was a good kick from Schneiders. Really nice and low into the wind. Trying to get some meters, but CPUT rolling right over.
That's a magnificent penalty. Wow. All of 55 meters won. Litankula with a big left boot.
That is impressive. That's one for the forwards. They'll say thank you very much. And it's just about securing that line-out ball and making it count. The last throw from Walter Sisulu University from Godwana was, well, it was nowhere near the target. Lots of dummies, but not effective. Keep the ball flat, throw it nice and hard, get some pace on it so you don't bring the wind into the equation.
Well, not going to the intended jumper and then secured by Sipho Magawu. Walter Sisulu's captain. Olani Loki carries strongly. And now the line break made by Morsi. Over the line, but is it down? No. Held up. Wonderful work from the fourth-year student, Mikhali Morsi, product of Muir College. And
I'll tell you what, it's impressive feat, agility in that small space to get that step, the agility impressive from a big man, Mikhali Morsi. Almost got there, but not really getting a good platform from the line-out to Walter Sisulu University, generating penalties, but their line-out ball is not great at all.
Paul Matsaung was playing a penalty advantage, which Walter Sisulu kicked to touch. Godwana's throw, again missing its mark. And And Johannes Brewer securing the ball on the ground for the home side, but such a difficult part of the field to kick from. Not finding touch. Nkula shepherding the bouncing ball. Comes back towards touch. Wonderful run from the fullback. And Shumi in support, who goes in and makes an important contribution, cleaning out the arriving CPUT player. Magawu. Then Klompa Pai. Around the corner comes Kushwa. And plenty of carries from the forwards here. Ayabonga and Taba's turn. And then the tight end, Molani Loki. Sustained pressure here, and Pai getting the fend. Riding the tackle of fullback Muiz Damon. And not rolling away. CPUT's a penalty 5 meters out from their line.
Tell you what, Slomna Pai can shift. Look at this. Straight through. I thought he was gone, yeah. Brave tackle. Brave tackle from Muiz Damon to stop him. But Pai, I guess, probably the right decision here. Take the point, scoreboard pressure, keep building, keep building. Because with the wind behind your back, we saw that kick earlier on from Nita Nkula. They've got CPUT down into the 22-meter area. Get a return, come back, start building in, wait for the penalty, kick for the corner, and come back with points.
Well, Shim, I tell you, they were taking some practice kicks before this game, particularly the CPUT kickers, and they were hitting them over from 60 meters, from their own 10-meter line. So Nita Nkula has taken this all the way back to the 22-meter line. Make his angle much better. And the wind right at his back. The flags are up. And Walter Sisulu, deserved leaders after 14 minutes of this game.
Definitely, and the only worrying aspect of the play, defensively quite solid. One or two handling errors, but that's because of the wind. But then again, they line out probably worrying signs where they're not getting good, clean ball and can't build pressure from there on. So CPUT won't mind kicking the ball out because chances are they'll get it back from the Walter Sisulu line out.
Restart from Snyder's, hanging up beautifully in the wind. And Miller van der Westhuizen it was who plucked it out of the air for CPUT. Oh, they'll be disappointed with that. It was a perfect restart, well chased by van der Westhuizen, and then not managing the possession.
And it's an area probably Rasmus should just go down, form the rack. No need to force that pass. Because Nguvelanga was trying to run onto it, trying to put a bit of heat onto that ball. But Matthew, this one, yeah, Walter Sisulu will just look to boot it down. Whether they do it through Mapuko or Lita Nkula, we'll have to see.
D'Angelo Williams on the loose head side for CPUT, under 18 Craven Week player out of Menlo Park High School, scoring against Molani Loki. And it's Walter Sisulu who get the dominance. We saw the previous scrum. They put in a really good shift.
Fantastic scrum, and we spoke about it, about utilizing this win. Here's the Walter Sisulu fullback, so Jacob Gondwana and Loki doing a job here. CPUT, D'Angelo Williams scrumming around the tight head. And then again, it's a big shot down there. Walter Sisulu, the only thing they need to sort out is the line out. It's all good getting penalties, but you got to make sure you get the ball back from set piece.
Some worrying signs for CPUT coach Alistair Tays, that penalty count. 5 penalties inside the first quarter of an hour is not what a coach wants to see. Pai at the front, better line-out ball. He's quickly into the air, very explosive. And the ball up the middle for Nyembe. And a quick recycle as well. Morsi running hard, as we've seen him do all evening, but then isolated in contact. First man in with rights to the ball. Excellent defensive work from the home side.
Yeah, great defensive work, but I also thought better attack. And Morsi's doing the right thing. He's gone over the gain line. It's just the cleaners are too late. And also his groundwork there. Once he's fallen on the ground, he's placed the ball on the open side. Very easy for the poachers to come in and seal that ball, almost a gift. Needed to do work a little bit harder on the ground, but good run from him. I'll tell you what, when Walter Sisulu University are direct and they run hard, they look pretty dangerous.
Keenan Williams was the man who made the steal, won the penalty, and allowed for a relieving kick.
It's brave for a wing to get in there, because you've got the rest of the forwards coming to clean you out. Brave work.
CPUT a forward short at that line out, as Bradley van Booben continues to receive some attention, and another mistake with ball in hand. Gives Walter Sisulu a scrum opportunity. Yet to get any kind of territory, CPUT. It's a big hit from Ayabonga and Taba.
That's a proper hit, that. You can see the CPUT players complaining to one of the assistant refs. Nothing wrong with that. It's good shoulder contact from Ntaba. Right in the sweet spot.
That territory statistic tells you a story, and it relates a lot to the wind. Another disintegrating scrum, but a beautiful offload from Morsi. Shonkani almost up to the 22. Somebody needs to deputise at scrum half. It's going to be Shumi who fills in, Mulani Loki. And Shumi once again, he's loving that role. Good step from Mapuko. Well, it's a second consecutive breakdown where it's been looking promising for Walter Sisulu, but losing out on the ground.
The problem with Walter Sisulu University is that a lot of the time they're tackling, but there's no groundwork, close contact, and it's making it easy for the CPUT poachers to come in and take the ball. That's the effect of the win. It's gone backwards. Hits are flying in. Good solid hit from Keenan Williams. It's difficult to, it was a 2-on-1 overlap. To make that decision and still dominate in contact is pretty impressive.
So strategy break time for the two coaching staffs to have a quick word. And also time for us to go down pitch side to catch up with Kate Nokwe.
The first strategy break now, it's advantage Walter Sisulu University. With me, I've got a former prop here in name of Sihle Chaka. We've obviously played this game very well for this university. So far, handling errors and discipline are costing your former team.
Yeah, they're really costing us, but you know what, the guys need to work on the defense, because on the defense they're beating us because they're too big for us. So I think, and we're waiting for them. We're waiting for them to come to us. So I need to play the push forward game.
Well, it's going to be difficult considering the position is incredibly in the lion's share of the Walter Sisulu University. So how do they get it back?
Well, for us, I would say they're too big, as I've said. So in order for us to come back, because we always play like a running game, so if we contain them in this first half, then in the second half, we're probably going to get them.
Thank you, Sihle. Thank you so much.
Okay,
So the chat in that group, Shim, will probably mainly be around line-out. The previous line-out went with a quick front ball to Klonkla Pai. And surely that's got to be the strategy. You just cannot get too fancy at line-out time in a wind like this.
Nice and simple. With the tall timber of Pai, lift them as high as possible, hit the target right at the top, and you find. And Walter Sisulu University, they just need to be more direct. They've got some big runners. We saw the impact Mosi's had when he's pinned his ears back and actually been direct. He's made good meters.
Just wait. Keep him there. Keep him there.
If you look at this game so far, the ball has only gone past 5 phases 3 times. Just lacked rhythm continuity, but the dominant scrum is the Walter Sisulu scrum.
Post the strategy break, it's Johannes Brewer with the pink ball. And Bradley van Boerben with his injury, a thing of the past, doing well to clean up that ball, which was not intended for him at that line-out. Wind playing havoc once again. Entry into the line from Moise Damon. And manages to get the offload in contact. Keenan Williams has been prominent defensively and now getting an opportunity with ball in hand. Those pink socks of his standing out a mile.
Got it.
A little bit isolated in contact was Damon. A double turnover there. Ball coming back on the side of Walter Sisulu, then popping up into the hands of CPUT. Johannes Brewer, the hooker, provincial under-21 player,
Advantage there.
finding no way through.
Not rolling away. Clearly.
But Walter Sisulu not rolling away, and CPUT not even thinking about the kick into the wind. Want to keep the pace up. Now dropping it onto the boot. And Kula did well.
No, 11.
Some strong counter-racking
That's good.
from CPUT, and they get their reward for that. There was a lot of pressure at that breakdown, which forced the mistake.
It's great defensive work, and that kick just held up, especially a grab into the wind. So Litan Kula was forced to run back, and CPUT defenders all over him. Williams, Damon, I think even Brinkcase might have been in the mix. But good result, Jan. The longer goes with Walter Sisulu up here, CPUT on mind. There's always that in the back of your mind. It's you know, similar to sort of playing up at GCT. Second half, you got the wind behind you. You don't want to give up too many points playing into the wind.
Olani Loki. Schooled at Delizintaba, now a 4th-year student. First set piece for CPUT in Walter Sisulu's half of the field. It was a difficult ball, which Muller van der Westhuizen took to the short side, quickly ran out of space. And a beautiful ball floated over the top for Tariq Hamildin. Lunati Clearly, CPUT's captain, very tight to that far touchline. Some good energetic defending from Walter Sisulu now. Van der Westhuizen gets away from the first defender. And a beautiful little show of the ball. Mputa. master's student, Bucha Mputa.
I get the feeling that ball should have gone. Such good work here at the breakdown, but the ball before this ruck should have gone. Was it Mputa that had made that initial break? Looked like a 2-and-1. That ball should have gone wide, and CPUT would have got the points. They would have gotten the try.
George Lee Erasmus, just a couple of knocks at the base of the racks, but there's pressure on both scrum halves. There's some excellent work being done at breakdown time. Strong counter-rucking. Neither scrum half having an easy evening of it.
Coach! Bang! Sit!
Well, a shrill blast on the whistle. It's an important, dominant scrum from Walter Sisulu, bringing them the penalty.
Jacobs unlucky to hang the chop, but Walter Sisulu's scrum has been impressive. Just pure power coming through, dominant, getting them out of trouble.
And Lita Kula, that booming left boot of his, got a little bit of a hook on that, so only up to his own 10-meter line, but much needed relief.
Good shape. The damage is done on the far side by Jacobs. Polani Jacobs on Monayane.
Now there's the ball.
Three lineouts lost from Walter Sisulu. They need to fix this area.
Tokozani Ngudwana, hooker out of Louis Botha Technical High School. It's a much better line out, and straight away the line swings into action. Beautiful leap around from Mapuko after Nyembe had a telling little break. No advantage coming. High tackle is the call.
Matthew, there's an example when you get your set piece right, you get the opportunity to build pressure. I thought this was a high shot initially on Lita Nkula, but because they won the line out, allowed them to try and create something and look promising, getting that ball out wide.
On that far side of the field, the kicking duties taken by Iwandile Mapuko with the right boot as against Lita Nkula's left. Those penalties are hurting CPUT. Just allowing Walter Sisulu to maintain some territorial dominance. But a lot more points needed than the solitary 3 that they have from the boot of Lita Nkula at the moment. Another missed line out, and again one that went towards the tail. Brunkhuis.
Off it.
And again, Mputa does well. Brunkhuis. The Snyders with a little dummy before putting the grabber through. Well positioned was Nkula. Gives chase to his own kick, but misses the tackle. Wonderful work from Damon. Clearly, there's an energetic, vocal crowd over the far side, supporting the home side. That's an unusual kick pass from Bradley van Boven.
I thought I was seeing things. I didn't really want to see it in case it was a mistake, but was this from the lock.
Yep.
Wow. And it's backwards.
Into touch. Options, scrum.
Whole range of skills there.
Wow. And he doesn't look surprised. It's business as usual. The kick pass in the midfield from the lock backwards.
Are you telling me you don't do that with your tight forwards?
No.
No.
Chances are they'd be substituted after. Well, he weighs, what, 115 kilograms. If it's not on, tuck the ball, carry it up, do some damage, create the ruck and start building from there.
We've spoken about the territorial dominance, which has a lot to do with the strong wind at their back. But at half an hour into the game, surely now you start to worry about not having converted that dominance into points on the board. Just that solitary penalty. If CPUT go in just 3 points adrift, they'll be happy.
Definitely. And, you know, Walter Sisulu University had 3 scoring opportunities. Tai, Mosi, and 1 down the right-hand side. CPT have only had 1, but all they're going to do here is try to build pressure from the scrum, kick it out, and use the line out again. If you've got a powerful scrum, use it. It saves you energy, and you can march down the field.
Well, they do
deliberate knock-on.
Yeah, they had their penalty advantage from the scrum, then another one.
Not staying scrum under pressure.
Itumeleng Monoyane is getting a real working over on that tight head side. Yeah, excellent penalty kick. Wandile Mapuko.
Power from the Walter Sisulu scrum is Jacobs. Olani Jacobs doing the damage on the loose head side. The line-out stats, 4 missed line-outs. The banker ball is the front ball to Pai.
It is Pai at the front. Quickly shoveled back for Magawu. More being driven towards touch, but some real power from Walter Sisulu to just alter its direction. It's illegally pulled down. So a penalty advantage for Walter Sisulu.
Still playing advantage.
Madiho. And the offload in contact, just looking for a little too much, perhaps, and Yembe for Nkula.
Give me a number, collapse. 3 blue, collapsing. 3 blue, collapse.
So we saw them all collapse. That's what the penalty advantage was being played forward.
That's right.
Perhaps you would have expected a little bit more patience with ball in hand, with that penalty advantage going their way. Interesting that they've opted not to kick for the corner. They want to play off their dominant scrum platform.
It's the right call. The right call.
Remember to not play the game. Get it. Coach! Bang! Sit!
There's been a switch in the front row. So Itumeleng Mononyane has moved to hooker. Brewer said, let me go to tight head. I'll sort this out. I'll fix the scrum.
And at a vital time as well. It's a scrum that Walter Sisulu will not want to see disintegrating unless it wins them a penalty try. They want to manage the ball at the base at the feet of Mekhlali Morsi, which they do right now. Advancing, it might well be a penalty try. Morsi. Picks up into the short side.
I don't see why that's not a penalty try. Walter Sisulu in a perfect scoring position. Scrum nice and square, marching forward, 8th man at the ball, Morsia at the back. That's a penalty try any day of the week. Look at that, going backwards, marching on. The 8th man in complete control. Why would that's a penalty try.
Yeah.
Mulani Jacobs, first year administration management student, who has wreaked havoc in this game. Outstanding first half. 23-year-old loosehead prop.
Let's go.
And they'll be delighted to see him back up and ready to go again with another scrum.
Let's go, blue. Advance, please.
You work so much with the scrum and to some extent the line out, Shim, but impressed with the coordination here, the synergy and the consistency of this Walter Sisulu scrum.
And just too much power again. The changes happen in the CPUT front row. Mononyane back to tight head, didn't work the other time.
Sit.
And they'll be lucky to survive. There's something special is needed from CPUT. The power is going to be generated. Same position, same movie.
Advantage.
Well, arm out again.
Advantage.
It's a penalty try or a card.
Three collapsing. Hey. Give it. Advantage.
And it's so tight to that touchline as well. There's no path through there for Walter Sisulu. Here's Pai. Strong leg drive from him.
Take go!
Just a little bit slow to get out there. That's Mpushwa. The two lock forwards carrying strongly.
Offside.
Now the call is offside.
So it says 2 penalties.
And the disadvantage, if you don't give the penalty try straight away, you're running the clock down. Walter Sisulu want to get back, restart this game, and get back in the 22-meter area. So it's taking that opportunity away. And if penalty again, but a card or something.
So it will be another scrum. How much more leeway is this CPUT scrum going to be given?
Well, that's where the captain's got to go up to the referee and ask him, listen, well, what more can we do here? Our scrum's been dominant the whole game, close to the 5 meters, no different. 8th man's got the ball and they're collapsing every time we're close to the line. CPUT.
Coach! Bang! Sit!
Shinklani with the feed. Morsi again in full control at the back of an advancing scrum. Then he makes the pickup. Brave defense.
Why?
And now the home side has a penalty.
Leave him. Yeah, time is good.
Lunati and Klele with quick tap and go as well. They're going to run from their try line. Erasmus getting the fend on. Helo Tole eventually making the tackle. Bradley van Boeven continues the drive. Bruva.
I'm happy.
Erasmus. He's caught by Morsi,
Lead him.
but
Lead him,
from
lead
an
him, lead
offside
him.
position.
Yeah, time is
And
good.
another quick tap and go. Erasmus so involved in this surge downfield. Brincase. He's got a very elusive step on him.
No, no.
Clearly.
Backwards.
Strong work from CPUT's captain, Duver. Worked their way 90 meters upfield here. Brincase. Less than 2 minutes to play in the first half. Now they go wide. Damon, cut out ball. Williams. Just can't get round his man. It's an excellent tackle made by Shumi.
Well, great attack considering where CPUT were built up from. And trying to get it wide from Klele. Off to Keenan Williams. Gutsy defense from Wanga Shumi, but Morsi with the scrum down on the left-hand side. That was going over the line. He decides to go by himself. That would have been a try for Walter Sisulu University.
Okay,
And
wait.
the quick tap and go working.
Wait for it up.
If ever there's a pressure line out for Walter Sisulu University, this is it.
Who's off? Okay. Yeah.
Well, that's the part of their game that hasn't functioned particularly well, but an important take from Pai, but then failing to control the ball after that line out, and possession gifted back to CPUT. Can they close out the first half with a score here? Erasmus. Forwards working hard over the ball. Then Erasmus for Brincase. Clearly. Kamaldeen. Knee on the ground. Has to be released.
Whoa.
Wow. Card coming here.
Captain. Okay, too many penalties for you guys not rolling. That's a yellow. Let's go.
That's harsh, I must say. If you consider the penalties conceded on the other 22 by CPUT,
Yeah, not rolling away.
and this is one of the rare times actually CPUT or Walter Sisulu have been forced to defend in their 22-meter area. There we go. Madekoi goes, but really harsh penalty. If you've been fair, then there should have been a yellow card on the other side.
Now, CPUT have conceded 10 penalties in the first half. Walter Sisulu University 7.
So Matthew, you got to look at where those areas where there's a mauling penalty, 3 scrum penalties, 1 for a delivered knockdown, and that was all in the CPUT 22-meter area.
Not only in the 22, it was within 10 or so meters of their line.
5 seconds, good.
Fair sack made at line out time as CPUT try to get a maul going unsuccessfully. Erasmus looks to his short side.
Held up.
It's held up.
That's half time, boys.
And Mpo Matsaung will bring an end to proceedings. Just 3 points scored from the boot of Lita Nkula. A solitary penalty despite their territorial dominance. And half-time at the CPUT Sports Stadium. And CPUT 0 and Walter Sisulu University 3.
Join the party and turn up the noise. The 2020 Shield.
Brace yourself for mind-blowing rugby. The HSBC World Rugby 7 Series returns for another bone-crunching season. From Dubai to Singapore, from Cape Town to California, 10 rounds, 10 cities, one ultimate winner. The HSBC World Rugby 7 Series, live on SuperSport. Proudly brought to you by Future Life, smart nutrition for life, and Spur, people with a taste for life.
There's so many moments where players can take it on.
Look at that! That was in the slot.
It's really South Africa's bowlers up against England's batting unit.
6 this time.
Everybody adds a bit of flavour to that bowling attack.
What a terrific delivery.
I think it's going to be a really exciting one for us to watch, to be a part of.
This has been some game.
It's always going to be amazing viewing when you know you've got individuals that can change a game.
Oh, that's gone. Long, long way.
South Africa versus England. Live on SuperSport. Proudly brought to you by RAM, hand-to-hand couriers, and Specsavers for affordable eye care.
It's Lewis Muriel for Atalanta, and he kept his cool beautifully. Aurier with the cross, missed by Moran. Dele Alli scores. A gift for Dele Alli. He knows it.
The League of Extremes, the UEFA Champions League, only on SuperSport.
Oyna sithwesha, oyna sithwangu bezomzantsi Afrika. Simile ngenkqubeko, sinxibe imibhaqo yethu. Sinimema kulo mthendeleko ka-2020 kwisidlo esiphakwa ngamaqhawe, iingcali nabahlalutyi bombhoxo. Oh, into sfashfashwayo! Khonyani nathi ke ma-Afrika, nilile nathi, nivuye nathi, ngoba kulo mdlalo wombhoxo ozisa ukhanyo, ithemba nentsikelelo ebantwini bethu. Halala mabhokobhoko, halala! Phaka, a celebration of South African rugby excellence, powered by Hollywood Bets.
Join the party and turn up the noise. The 2020 FNB Varsity Shield.
It's half-time here at the Cape Peninsula University of Technology, where the home team is still trailing after 41 minutes of rugby being played. With me, I'm joined by the Vice-Chancellor, Kristen Klapp, who has been with the university for 12 years. So, sir, you've seen this competition from its inception 10 years ago. And how has the university received since then?
Well, I've seen CPUT growing in stature up until last year, where we eventually became winners of the competition. And I think today is not going to be any different. The boys are going to come back. It's a different WSU, but I know the boys are going to come back. And we are looking forward to them defending this trophy.
So obviously for you guys, you're looking to get into promotion next season. What are the big plans that you guys have for university? Should the boys be promoted to Varsity Cup?
Look, sports at this institution is one of the niche areas. We have a fully fledged sports department, and it's only one aspect that we think can unify our people, because we are promoting a particular strategy called One Smart CPUT. This one is about bringing our people together, like you can see them now. Everyone excited. Our families are here. My family is also here. So what a better Valentine present that I can give my wife than to come here and enjoy a spectacle of rugby, and of course the first-class rugby that will be dished by my boys, yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nhlapho. Hopefully the next 40 minutes go in favor of CPTU as you would like. Well, the fans are standing by and ready for the next half, but our commentary team is also going to get you through to the first half to see the quick highlights.
Oh, what better Valentine's present indeed to come to the rugby. Lots of celebration in the stands. Very low scoring affair so far. Pai making a really strong surge towards CPUT's line, which brought a penalty advantage. They were territorially dominant in the first half of this game. Litankula was the man to convert that pressure into their only points of the half. And 10 penalties conceded by CPUT, 7 by Walter Sisulu, but it was Walter Sisulu who got a yellow card for a penalty late in the first half, and they will have 8 or 9 minutes in the second half to play with 14 men and playing into the teeth of the wind as well. So just the solitary penalty from the boot of Litankula for Walter Sisulu University. They lead CPUT 3-0 at halftime.
Join the party and turn up the noise. The 2020 F&B Varsity Shield.
And that's why my best friends are superheroes.
Thank you, Michael. Do you have anything to show us? Anything real?
Any questions? Can they really fly?
Sells the dummy, scores!
Far down you go.
Can they stop runaway trains? Can they break through walls?
This guy's an absolute freak. Siam Tanda Kolisi.
Oh, what a beautiful and exciting day for Ebola. Laba bantu, simply getting ready to display uthando lwabo. Asibonge the beautiful game and its beautiful people. Mabajabula bantu. Like Kaya, even rivals become BFFs. From the grassroots to top flight, let's see who really means business. Will history repeat itself? Natasaz. Oksalayo, we all have our eyes on the trophy. Yoba Mnandi, you gotta love lento yethu.
Lateba, together we're a winning combination.
Wazanazo 2019-2020 ABSA Premiership. It's Super Disc on Supersport, proudly brought to you by ABSA.
Lateba, together we're a winning combination.
Wazanazo 2019-2020 ABSA Premiership. It's Super Disc on Supersport.
Journey. It all comes down to this.
There is a title on the line. Bring it on.
What a hit that is!
Oh, magnificent! Boy, this is a win-by-win thrill.
Pass one, pass two, brilliant goal!
A wild celebration for a goal from his wildest dreams!
You want more? We'll give you all of it.
Passing at pace, unstoppable. Had a look, had a hit! Oh, and still they dream! Year on year, it never stops being special.
Watch all 380 games only on your World of Champions. The Premier League in HD on Supersport. Proudly brought to you by Discovery.
Join the party and turn up the noise. The 2020 F&B Varsity Shield.
It's the first Friday evening of Varsity Shield in 2020. And a beautiful sunset greets us here at the Cape Peninsula University of Technology. The defending champions in the Varsity Shield. They beat the Madibas in the final in 2019 by 38 points to 32 and start the defense of their title at home against Walter Sisulu University. And into the second half, trailing by a solitary penalty kicked by Lita Nkula from Walter Sisulu, who are now playing into the teeth of the wind and are going to be forced to run and do so with great distinction. Mapuko. And strong work from Nyembe now.
Tackle! Tackle. Here's the ball.
Shinkani waits. And out the back from Monani Loki. Well, a relieving penalty. And
Wait.
well, it's another yellow card. It's been given against Tokozani Ngodwana. So a second yellow card with Tebogo Madikhoe already off the field late in the first half.
You got to feel for Walter Sisulu University. Mapuko should have let that ball go. Gondwana here. This is also ridiculous from him. CPT trying to take the tap quickly. He's right there. That's silly. Good hookers get away with that. Well, at the rate they're going, there's not going to be enough space on that chair.
Table. Yeah, I'm going to give him a...
Imibongo Vabaza is also on the field, having come on at half-time for CPUT.
Okay, so as soon as he gets up, I'm going to give him that. So just put him on the chair.
Look at what happened.
It's a big knock to the head. Tumaling Monoyane.
Head on the wrong side.
Head on the wrong side of the tackle, took a knee to the head.
He's off, yeah? He's off. Okay, blue card, yeah? Concussion, you said, yeah? Concussion? Yes. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to give him a blue card. Okay. Okay, blue card, yeah? So he can't come back on.
Not
Number
the right
3.
technique.
Okay.
I see
Denzel, you got
right
that?
in front of the knee, contact, so got hit there. Right decision here. Can't compromise the player's safety, especially with head knocks.
Okay, thanks, Joey.
Jean van Wyk.
Okay. Time back on.
On as a replacement. It's the head injury assessment test for Mononyane. And Brinkhuis with the penalty kick. Flag up just outside Walter Sisulu's 22. So 15 plays 13 now. The home side have to make this count.
Just hold.
Alistair Tays, their head coach, is also saying it with the rules of the competition, Shim, it's a combined log points from 2019 and 2020 to determine who goes up to Varsity Cup. So although they won the Varsity Shield last year, it was NMMU who topped the log, so they're looking for bonus point victories wherever possible to strengthen their position and try and make their way up to the top of the log, just agonizing off the fingertips of Wangashumi as he made the attempted interception.
No advantage.
No advantage for the knock from Wangashumi. Back they come for a scrum.
Give me a mark, guys.
Wanda Zinto in jersey 17 for Walter Sisulu.
Wide too early. Trying to find Mabaza. The issue with both these teams is it's pretty good when both teams are direct and the forwards get in the game. Then that ball tends to go wide too early with long passes into the wind, with the wind, sorry.
You got a front row, right? You still have a front row? Okay. Yeah, bring him up. Just hold. Kenzo, the scrum.
So they need another substitution on because Godwana is in the sin bin. Ayabonga and Taba is going to be the man sacrificed. Well, they were completely dominant with 8 men in their scrum. Where Walter Sisulu, we felt very unfortunate not to be awarded a penalty try for a series of scrums that led to penalties close to CPUT's line late in the first half.
Sit.
And even with 7, they're making their presence very well felt. And now the interception is made. Mapuko with a clean run into the line. Interception from Nyembe. And with 13 men on the field, Walter Sisulu University finally get a try which you feel they richly deserved in the first 40.
Well, the intercept, first of all, from Nyembe, didn't have the wheels, gets it to Mapuko. He's quick for a fly half, but against the run of play, Walter Sisulu probably should have got 1 or 2 in the first half, but it's against the run of play. They extend that lead, but crucial try in the context of this game. Rwandile Mapuko opens the account for Walter Sisulu University.
Let's go. No, here.
There's a massive element of risk, wasn't there, in going for the interception with the numerical disadvantage, but it was such a good read by Yemkela Nyembe. He was a second-year student in policing, and he was policing that line, he knew what was going on, and his fullback, Lita Nkula, has added the extra 2 points.
Great anticipation here. Got to be certain about it. Again, a colorful move from CPUT, a lot of deception, everything, but just went to the wrong man. The finish from Walter Sisulu University.
And a deep restart from CPUT. And the clearance into the wind, only just outside their own 22-meter area. Well, the line-out goes awry.
Shambles
for the home side. Really wasting a good opportunity. So Lokukle and Kabi, the replacement hooker, did some really good work now. Meklali Morsi, who has been prominent with his ball carrying ability.
He's a good player.
Sipo Makawu, Walter Sisulu's captain. This is clever play from them. They're happy to slow the game down now. Lots of carries from the forwards. Now going wide. Nelo Tole. There's a hand in there. So an advantage for Walter Sisulu. Shenkani darted away.
Give me a number. 15 blue.
Offside is the call.
13. 13 blue offside.
He's playing the scrum off. I forgot
Yeah,
Never onside also.
Yeah, Brinkcase, he never got behind the last feet and playing the scrum off.
Who's captain? Yeah, who's captain now?
So, first year policing student, Zama Kukli Kabi, replacement hooker, while Ngudwana sits in the bin. 5-man line out for Walter Sisulu. Good contest at the front. Just a scrum advantage for Walter Sisulu. Shukani Wets. So Morsi. Pick and drive from the big number 8. Product of Muir College.
Use it. Use it.
Possibly his last year in Varsity Shield, 4th year student.
Yeah, advantage over. No! No!
It was just a scrum advantage that was being played for a knock-on by CPUT. Tap and go from Erasmus. Brinkcase. And then Damon sprinting away. The home side finally on the board. Louise Damon. Unopposed and under the posts, and the home crowd ecstatic.
Well, the home crowd turning the volume up. Good straightening up from Brinkcase to put Maurice Damon into space. He's got wheels. He's got proper gas down. On the left-hand touchline, right up against the tram lines. But Brinkcase straightened, soft hands, soft touches, created the opportunity for Maurice Damon to finish off. And CPUT have come alive. Okay, trying to up the tempo, trying to play quickly. And these are the soft hands I'm talking about. Right here we go, nice touch, straightening up.
4 and 5 blue.
And Wanga Shumi had to make a decision, caught to no man's land. Thank you very much. Damien takes it home.
A memorable first try in Varsity Shield for the 20-year-old Louise Damon, public administration, first-year student here at CPUT.
Got it.
And a double change in the second row. Both locks for CPUT. Bradley van Goven and Carlo van Grienen replaced. Sharik Blom and Roland van den Heerfer, the men to replace them. Just noticed there as the kickoff was taken that Nkabi left the field, Ngudwana back on. So the second yellow card, a thing of the past for Walter Sisulu. Huge pressure on Nkula, but no release in the tackle. Little over eager from Williams.
11 not releasing.
Over Zeta's defense front. CPUT defender not trailing away. But the crowd getting into it now. Snapping a momentum change after that try from Louise Damon.
Ngudwana.
4.
Instructions from the coach with this line out. Bushwa. Beautiful offload for Nyembe. The captain, Sipu Magawu, doing wonderful work. Then Mapuko dropping it onto the boot, and little deflection for CPUT defender. Some far more inventive play from both backlines in the second period. The game has sparked into life.
Just fantastic hands to Nyembe. The ability just to run straight and hard and with a bit of intent is what's working for Walter Sisulu University. Also a good line out in the middle of
5-5.
Just a good middle ball earlier on to get going.
Good one. And for Kushwa. Taba stopped dead in his tracks. The pace has picked up, the momentum, the force of the tackles as well. Magawu sets it nicely. Shintamari. It's a good kick chase as well. Just interested as well in CPUT when they're getting penalties, they're very quick to tap and go. Maybe better served to use the boot, win some territory, play their set piece from there. Well, another hash of a line out, and the possession gifted back. Shumi gets away from one. Now the chip and chase with Williams taking the ball just outside his 22, unable to call for the mark, and then
safely
lifted off the ground in a tackle, driven back but put down safely. Break was from Muller van der Westhuizen, short side, Brinkhuis. Pressure on Erasmus. Man down for Walter Sisulu. There was a scrum advantage that's now been called over. Inside ball beautifully picked up. Tebogo Madikhoe. Penalty advantage for a high tackle. Nyembe. Full of energy. Sipu Magawu has worked tirelessly, the Walter Sisulu captain. They're effectively two men down here. Two players receiving attention in back play. Stelo Tole. There's two high tackle advantages.
Good advantage. Yeah. Two high tackles. One from 8 and 15 blue. Time. Captain. Captain.
Trying to look for the high shot here.
Two morning for high tackles. Two morning, yeah.
Well, he called two high tackle.
Is it the mark?
One against Muiz Damon, the other against Siasanga Ngubelanga.
High tackle 8. Captain. High tackle, you're by 8. Or you've got another one there by 4. You want to check. So what do you want to do? Quickly.
Well, Molani Jacobs is making his way off the field. Loose head for Walter Sisulu.
He can be proud of his scrum performance. He's been dominant up front.
Hey, let's go.
Troy actually collapsed earlier. Is that a bit of cramp? Probably. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Showed plenty of promise at scrum time.
So this is going to be a shot at goal for Lita Nkula. He's kicked a penalty and a conversion so far. But this straight into the teeth of the wind. You see there it's 39 meters. Downwind here, he'd back himself from inside his own half, but this is a tough kick. Swirling away, well right to the post and not even making it to the CPUT try line. Now Nkula back in the action with a beautiful chip for Moli to chase. It's a brilliant gather from the number 8. Can he get it down? I think he might just be touching goal there.
Gutsy defense.
Keenan Williams with the tackle. I hope he hasn't done too much damage on the edge of that athletics track. It was Keenan Williams coming off in cover defense. What a tackle.
I'm coming up to you.
That's the shoulder. Landed right on the elbow, on the edge of the elbow.
Does
there.
he get it down?
Nah, he's over, but he's over already.
As we believe that the player did not ground the ball and he was also in touch.
Gutsy defense. He had the ball in the wrong arm.
So on-field decision, no
should
try.
his body.
Are you looking for a grounding?
The defender and the ball.
And we also believe that the player
I'd be surprised if there's a grounding here, but
before he grounded the ball.
Not so much the grounding, is he in touch as well? There's no try as the on-field decision.
Yeah, and yeah, the ball should be in the other arm. Then it's a try easily there. Look where his elbow lands. What could this be?
Yeah, he's out there before the ball is grounded. His shoulder is touch and goal, surely.
Right.
He's out.
It's a brilliant piece of defensive work. Because even at that moment there, you'd think he's got a good chance of getting it down. And even still, but where's his shoulder? There. It's on touch and goal.
And it hasn't hit the ground yet.
Paul.
Yes, Joey?
You can stay with your on-field decision. The player was in touch in goal.
Touch in goal, so we're going for a 22-meter drop, right?
Correct.
Okay. Wait. Captain? Where's the captain? Okay. Our decision is not try. The player was tackled out in goal. Okay, so we're going to go for a 22 drop when we restart.
A beautiful, deft kick from Lita Nkula. Walter Sisulu's fullback, the gather from Mihlali Morsi. Brilliant. And it took
2 minutes.
A brave, committed tackle from 20-year-old first-year student Keenan Williams there on Morsi to prevent the try. So time for the second half strategy break. 3-0 Walter Sisulu led at halftime. There's been a try apiece since then, and we've just seen a try ruled out for Mihlali Morsi in the corner. So while the players and coaching staff have their strategy break, let's go pitch side once again to Kate Nokwe.
Thanks to our commentary teams. The second strategy break, and with me I've got Bonke Matekinga, who used to play lock for this university. Bonke, obviously when you look at the score line, Walter Sisulu leading, they actually scored with 2 men down. What's the strategy as a team when you guys are 2 men down?
What I can tell you about Walter Sisulu, first of all, is that when they were 2 men down, they knew that they need to eliminate the risk of making any mistakes. So what they did was they kept the ball as tight as possible. However, with CPUT, I don't think they actually managed to defend, because there's some loopholes in our defense at the moment, and which the CPUT management, I think, is actually trying to talk about it at the moment. But it's just a few mistakes that CPUT is making that's costing them to make so much mistakes.
Still a lot of time. Can they come back from this?
Definitely. I mean, like, it's only 10-7. The score is only 10-7. Just one more try and CPT is going to win this. This is exactly the same thing that happened in Nelson Mandela University, when everyone thought that CPUT is going to lose, but it came back on the last minute. So I definitely have hope in the boys, and I'm pretty sure that Lesnar and his team I'm sure Lesnar even right now is talking to his team and telling them to come back from this. So there's some fire going on.
Well, that's why they're the defending champions. Let's find out if Usbonke's prediction is going to be correct. Our commentary team is back.
Number 10.
Well, it's a good point made, a valid point. They were well behind in the Varsity Shield final of 2019, away from home at NMMU in Port Elizabeth, and they came back to lift the shield. Did CPUT. Wonderful work again from Nkula. Well, beg your pardon, Mapuko. His own kick and chase, and the ball just winning the race to touch in goal, dotted down by Damon. We heard the extraordinary admission during the interview about loopholes in the defensive system, and Rwandile Mapuko exploiting those to wonderful effect. Almost managing a superb solo try. Pink ball in play, and back for it again is Mapuko. Cut out ball across the face. Makawu gets his arms free in the tackle. Beautiful offload for Nyembe. And then a little dink through from Shenklane. Gathered, the offload, and the score. It's a brilliant try for Anati Shenklane. Superb from the captain, Sifu Magawu, in the build-up.
Wow. Anati Shenklane. What a try from Walter Sisulu University. The crowd is stunned here, Matthew. Absolutely stunned.
And stretching that lead out to 8 points with a kick to come.
What a pick here. And look at this offload under pressure. The catch, the take, the try from Shenklane. Wow, what a try from Walter Sisulu University. Probably got it wrong playing with the wind, but definitely ticking all the boxes now. Good little grubbers behind the defensive line, forcing CPUT to turn, but also the skill to finish it off was superb.
Look at that kick, look at it go, the flag slap, it's brilliant. I think he started that about 10 meters left of the uprights.
Yeah, Shenklane with the little grabber, and he follows it up. Look at this pass there, under pressure. The awareness to get that ball away. Great finish.
Snyder's deep restart. Walter Sisulu playing with real confidence. Wangashumi. He's had a busy evening on that right wing for Walter Sisulu. couple of little knocks in there, but backwards, says the referee. Damon, the try scorer. "15 minutes to score at least twice." Van der Westhuizen hauled to ground. And ball being ripped clear in contact as well. Walter Sisulu University's big ball carriers really coming into their own in the second half as they've played into the teeth of this wind. Some beautiful stepping. Yamkela Onyembe. Outstanding second half from him inside centre. Shinane. Now they're caught well behind the gain line. And men over the ball, winning the penalty for CPUT. Got to make this count now.
Leave him.
Well, quick tap and go, Williams. Keenan Williams brought down just short. Can they hit back straight away with a try here? That is centimetres short. A pile of bodies. Sharik Blom unable to get the ball over the line. 5-metre scrap.
Now your shot.
From Williams, the quick tap, that's a high tackle.
Okay. Whoa. I'm gonna check. Okay. All right. Okay. I've got check. Let's break. Joey, I'm coming up to you. Foul play. Joey, I believe you've got a foul play for me against CPUT number?
No, Walter Sisulu 4.
Oh, Walter Sisulu number 4.
Okay.
Okay, please check it for me.
Yeah, it's definitely high, but what the players will be wanting here is consistency.
Yeah.
Paul?
Yes, Joey?
I've got a clear eye tackle against number 4 of Walter Sisulu above the shoulder line of the CPUT player. In my opinion, it's a penalty only.
Okay, penalty only. Number 4, Wusu, high
Yes.
tackled.
Yes.
Okay, above the shoulder line.
Yes.
And we are only going for a penalty.
Yes.
Okay, can you give me the mark, please?
About 5 meters from the try line.
Okay.
Opposite where they went over to.
So Joey Klasner Samuels,
That's correct.
All right.
Salmons, the
Captain?
TMO is
Okay, high tackle against number 4, above the shoulder line. So it's just a
recommended penalty only.
Okay, gotta get your discipline.
CPUT's scrum has not been good in this game, so the benefit there would have been a scrum that they sent down for. Instead, they had the penalty.
Looks like they want to tap and go. They said, oh, okay.
Bit of a celebration there from the Walter Sisulu pack. They're delighted.
Yeah, that the option for the kick and line out. Big focus from the reserve hooker. Skara Ivotole.
I know, another hooker called Skara. Hugen Engelbrecht, the replacement scrum half, the smallest man on the field, just 60 kilos, and standing just a shade over 1.6 meters tall.
Well, there's some tricks going on with the binding with Jean van Veet on the tight head side of CPUT. It looks like he's trying to bind under a tight head.
Let's not close in. Let's keep it there. Let's not close in on the bank. Coach!
is under there, Shim.
No, he's not. That's illegal. You can't do that.
Big scrum, but picked up at the back by Van der Westhuizen. That ball's been lost forward. And a dangerous situation averted once again. Mkhali Morsi did well to come away with it. Now, there's a flag up on that far side. Shumi with a foot in touch.
That's Morsi that's down after that carry. He's probably one of the pick of the players for WSU. Look at return cooler. It's a bit of after swung to ground straight off they made that pass. So was it a late shot on him?
Doesn't look as though it was particularly late. There was a player engaged with him as he made the offload. Question is, was Mpho Matsaung still playing advantage for that knock-on? Or was advantage over? Whose scrum feed has he given? Has he called time off straight away for the injury to Morsi?
Where did he pass it? Yeah.
It looks as though it's going to be a scrum.
Time back on.
Wellington! Wellington!
For the forward pass from Walter Sisulu.
It's not really an advantage then because there was a knock-on from CPUT.
Coach! Bang! Sit.
Okay, it's Van der Westhuizen packing at the back of the scrum. They want a quick heel. They have it. Engelbrecht. And then Williams getting the pop from Snyders.
More!
And the ball held up off the ground. More called by the referee. And the scrum goes the way of Walter Sisulu. Brilliant defending.
Not a bad move from CPUT. Also trying to use the power of Williams on a cutback so he can attack the weak shoulder. There he goes. Like a running back. Trying to get that leg drive, but that's the defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Walter Sisulu players around the ball.
You certainly don't want to be calling the results of this game with still 10 minutes to play, but worth remembering that they last met in the Varsity Shield semi-final of 2019.
Coach!
And CPUT, the ultimate winners of the Shield last year, victorious by 40 points to 8.
Sit.
Dominant scrum. Again from Walter Sisulu, and Morsi takes the defender, draws his man, makes the offload, but just space running out for Wangashumi on the right wing.
No. Too many hands. Yeah.
But crucially, out of their own 22.
Hold it. 8 and 10 blue. 8. 8 and 10 blue.
Gubelanga and Snyder's being replaced.
2 black. 2 black. 2 black off. 2 black.
Umlani Kalipi is the replacement. So number 8 for a front row forward. They're changing things around in the pack.
Yeah.
The CPUT lineup has struggled just as much as the WSU one. Nothing landing, trying to do the fancy quick ball at the back. It's Walter Sisulu march on.
A great opportunity to keep ball in hand for a while here. And just, another brilliant pickup. Madekwe got his kick in just in time. Williams back.
Advantage, no? Yeah.
A little knock in there, so it will be Walter Sisulu to feed the scrum. Some brilliant play from them from deep inside their own half. Kept it in the forwards for a while. Then a couple of kicks that won them all this territory.
Well, it's the right strategy in terms of playing into the wind, Matthew, not going for the long punts, trying to keep it along the ground, the grabber behind the defensive line, so forcing CPU to turn with players running onto it. So either way, even if CPUT do get that ball, you've got players coming from the back from Walter Sisulu's side who can counter-run and force CPUT to commit players. So smart player from Walter Sisulu University.
It's worth recalling a period towards the end of the first half of this game where there was a series of dominant scrums by Walter Sisulu, from which they got a number of penalties inside CPUT's 22-meter area, most of them within 5 meters of the line. We thought that they deserved a penalty try. Can they make this scrum count? An opportunity here, you would think, to put the game beyond the reach of CPUT. Sipu Magawu packing down at the back of the scrum. Influential leader in this game this evening. Strong with ball in hand. Outstanding on defense.
Run and carry it all there. But Walter Sisulu University, they won't mind this. The more collapses, the longer the scrum takes. You're just running that clock down. Scoreboard pressure, clock pressure all up against CPUT. The defending champions at home in a game which they won by 40 points last year.
Coach! Bang! Sit. Steady. Steady. Steady.
Shinkwane with the feed. And again, that scrum advances. Magawu controlling at his feet and then making the pickup.
Advantage.
They have a penalty advantage here. Pai. Help from Madekwe.
Not staying under pressure. Inside entry.
Penalty again. Surely they'll scrum again.
So I found the scrum has worked all day. Somewhere along the line, they're going to have to get reward for that power scrum, Matthew. The problem with that scrum is it's not going forward, so Pai caught up in contact. He's been held up quite a bit, Pai. Good player, explosive player, but quite upright at times on the carry.
Time ticking away for the home side, who just have one try to show for their efforts. In their Varsity Shield history, they've averaged 4 per game. Their scrum again under massive pressure as Magawu picks up.
Why is he picking the ball up?
Another drive from the forwards. How long before they let it go wide? Well, there's a knock on there. But the referee was playing yet another advantage at scrum time.
Again, it's
Yeah. Scrum.
that's after the play, but if you look at the scrums in the 22-meter area, whereas Walter Sisulu have had the feed, I can count up to 5-6 penalties. Somewhere along the line, it has to be a card, because it's constant infringements. If that was a maul or if it was in the breakdown area, exactly the same thing would happen.
Lumelo Nondonga, fourth-year public administration student here on the near side for Walter Sisulu in jersey 18, the Lucid side. Powering through from the offset as that ball went in. And again the captain controls. Magawu picks up and scores. Is that the final blow? Surely CPUT can't come back from that. Sipu Magawu, reward for a consistently strong performance this evening.
Well, that's game, set, match. Walter Sisulu have won this game on pure power, scrum power. They deserve that try. That scrum has toiled all day. They've been dominant all day. Probably should have gotten reward earlier, but their patience has worked. And at the end of this, pretty convincing for Walter Sisulu University. Played the conditions better into the wind, I thought, than with the wind.
And Lita Nkula has another shot at goal. His previous conversion was extraordinary. Starting it way to the left of the uprights and curling it into this wind. There he goes again, this time not coming back quite enough. But how crucial that previous conversion was, just taking the score out beyond CPUT.
Eventually the power from the WSU scrum was going to come through, completely dominant, disintegrating the CPUT scrum. Macau, the captain. The message to his mom, I think.
Just seconds remain now. And still they want to run. Madekwe. Gesu, the captain, in to clean over the ball. Just a 3-point lead they had at halftime. A solitary penalty. Surely that's a high tackle from Kamil Din.
Use it.
Play on is the call. Klomla Pai. And still the penalty on advantage played. Letuka. Kabi. Driven back in the tackle, but doing well to secure that ball on the ground. They are still not done. Nkula. It's wonderful to see the increasing confidence of this side as they kept the ball in hand, used the grabber kick to good effect in the second half.
Okay.
Little knock there, but a penalty advantage was being played.
Okay. All right, penalty here. High tackle, give me a number. Number 1, high tackle.
Now, D'Angelo Williams is the man penalised for going high around the neck. 3 tries to 1 in favor of Walter Sisulu. The penalty not finding touch.
Play on, play on.
And that ball, and surely that went forward. It came back off a
from who?
Walter Sisulu player.
Yeah, advantage. Yeah, leave it, leave it, leave it. Just advantage.
So just a scrum advantage being played. Pai. Goloza, replacement scrum half. Lituka.
More. Yeah, stolen.
And the ball ripped away in contact. Almost 3 minutes into extra time. Possession changing hands multiple times in that time. Little dart from Engelbrecht. Then the pickup from Williams.
Now.
Eventually works ball to ground. Engelbrecht waits. Brinkcase, the big cutout ball. Is there something for the CPUT to celebrate late in the game? Looking for the inside pass. Vabaza with the pickup. And then Muller van der Westhuizen. Keenan Williams. Brinkcase now.
Advantage. 18
he
offside.
puts in the cross kick. And it will be a consolation score for Tariq Gamaldeen. Long after the final whistle was due to sound.
Yeah, and Brinkcase instrumental in that. First of all, the ball, getting that ball wide out to create the initial break. Then over there, he's played Western Province Sevens as Brinkcase. But the ability to identify space and get the ball there quickly was pretty impressive. That's vintage CPUT, but it's too little, too late. Walter Sisulu have been victorious.
And they can't even salvage a losing bonus point here with a successful conversion. The home side, it's been a wonderful second half performance from the visiting Walter Sisulu University. And bear in mind, it sets up a mouth-watering second round of Varsity Shield fixtures next Friday with the double header in the Eastern Cape. Walter Sisulu taking on last year's log leaders, Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University, and then Fort Hare will be taking on Rhodes in the Eastern Cape. Varsity Shield double header. That's Friday the 21st of February, next week. Bongo Babaza lining up the conversion attempt from just inside the right-hand touchline. It'll be well wide. And Mpho Matsaul blows his final whistle. Superb performance from the visiting Walter Sisulu University. They led by 3 points to 0 with a solitary penalty at half-time, but scored 3 beautiful tries in the second half. There was one from CPUT which kept them in touch, and then a late consolation. But the defending Varsity Shield champions have been vanquished on their home field. 3 tries to 2, and full-time at CPUT, it's the hosts 12 and Walter Sisulu University.